Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about something a little bit different and talk about a little bit about mental health and how my life works. And to this I thought we're going to bring you to my special place. As you all know, at the moment I run one restaurant called Yam in Northumberland, and at the moment I am building another restaurant, which is in Freyja, which is the dream project of mine. The building work there is in full speed ahead. We just got the greenhouse up, which we will see later on in the channel. The foundations for the hotel is building. It's just lots of stuff going on all the time. It never stops. It never stops. In the meantime, I am actually also running the other restaurant, and I'm doing a lot of consultancy. But sometimes when life gets a bit stressful, I come to this beautiful, beautiful place, which is not very far away from anywhere. I come here with my dogs, which is unfortunately not with me today. And what I love about this place is like there's no people. Very rarely we meet any. Sometimes you're lucky. With a bit of luck, you can find some mushrooms, and it just gives me a break to think about new dishes, think about the next project, think about why every day I'm doing this and how like life turn out the way it does. I find it very interesting. Sometimes I come out here with a book, my notebooks, and I will sit on one of these beautiful green paths and like write the menu, look at different things, read something, things like this. Mental health is obviously a big topic of today's part of the world. You know, like you look at people these days, and a lot of the focus is on their mental health. For me, my mental health is pretty good. I do enjoy stressful parts of my life, and I think if you don't have any stress, for me personally, it is quite difficult to function on a daily basis. I do enjoy working hard. And then there's different ways of working hard, you know, like does it mean you stand in a kitchen from 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock at night? No, it doesn't. You know, no one expects anyone to do that anymore. But it's all the things around. For example, this month just in 1 month, I've been in Luxembourg, Belgium, Jordan, France, and Scandinavia. And that's 1 month at the same time as we're building one restaurant in the north and we run another restaurant. And sometimes this can get a bit tiring, you know. I think what's important is to get a lot of time in when you at, for example, the airport. You know, you make sure you sit in the airport lounge and you have like a nice relaxing time. And like try to focus on the things that makes you happy. You know, I love writing menus. I love writing recipes. One of the things I do that's really helped me is that we have the veg boxes through the new restaurant, and I write the recipes for the veg boxes, you know. It takes me a good hour of the day, write the veg box menus and recipes, send them away, you get a job done, and you still get to relax. Sometimes I come out here to write them, you know. Take some time away by yourself, look at the sky, you know. Yeah, I think so. I'm a very privileged and lucky man. I got a fantastic team, which makes me give the opportunity for once a day, take out my dogs, and I try to make that really a statement of my day. Go out for a walk of minimum an hour every day. Make sure I get through my head, nice beautiful woods, take the dogs out, and then come back refreshed to work, or if I'm on another meeting, or if I'm traveling somewhere. I always make sure, it doesn't matter what time of the day, 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock afternoon, I will always make sure I get an hour or two a day just for myself and to walk, which I can see many people don't have this opportunity, but I have a beautiful team, a lot of people that work around me, so I really have the opportunity to do this, you know, and focus on things that's important, not just restaurants, you know, because it's so easy to just get blown up into restaurants, and you gotta remember sometimes there's things outside of the restaurants, you know, like maybe go swimming, maybe, I don't know, go play computer games, whatever. There's so many other things that means a lot more in life than just restaurants and work, and I think that's one of the most important parts to always remember. One thing I'm doing now, for example, I'm learning a new language. I'm trying to learn French. So that's also Every night before service, I have an hour for myself where I'm only sitting down and studying French. And that's something completely different. That's something that I never ever done before. But it gives me something else away from the cooking. Even though French is like the pinnacle of gastronomy, and learn the language is something I would love to do. I would say it's maybe related to cooking. Well, it's just about the time where you take for yourself to actually learn something at the same time as you relax. We gotta remember though, the catering and hospitality service is a very intense business. Working as a chef, front of the house, cleaning, pot washer, everything. All this is very, very, very stressful jobs. I have done 15, almost 16, 17 years now as a chef. I have been there every day in the morning, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, finishing at 1, 12, 2 o'clock at night in all sorts of various kitchens around the world. Scandinavia to Chile to Norway, London. I have spent a lot of time doing, which makes me at this stage when I'm more of like a restaurateur and less of an actual cook. It makes life stressful in a different way. You know, when you're a young chef de partie or a commis or young, you're starting out cooking, you only have to think about the cooking, how the onion's going to be chopped, how the sauce is going to get made, how I'm going to learn how to actually make the sauce to begin with. And then you take your time, you learn all these things. And then after all, you go through all these steps, you finally hopefully end up in a position like me, where you have the possibility to have a bit more freedom and look in the different parts of the restaurants. And maybe it doesn't include too much cooking anymore, but it includes teaching young people, includes bringing young chefs up, learning more things about them, show them the way, so hopefully one day they can be in the same position as myself at the moment. Over the years, it's obviously been some incredibly difficult times, like times where you just don't know where to go and how to go, you know, like it's positions that you never ever thought of. And to get through this, I had a beautiful, beautiful team around me. A lot of friends from all over the world has always been very supportive. And my kitchen team and front of the house and my wife and everything has put everything to make everything kind of work. And now I think he's focusing on the new projects, reading, learning, traveling, making sure the restaurant runs, cook some fantastic food, and obviously creating content for you guys to watch and follow the whole journey. I think is a really, really big and beautiful part of my life on a daily basis. And with Restaurant Freyja, we are now 18 months into the project, and I need this time in the woods, or the time alone, a lot even more now than I could ever think of. You know, with the restaurant, I think about architects, lighting, builders, gardeners, photographers. Dan, he get a special right now. Shout out. And it's just different kind of stress, you know. So for me to take this time each and every day and focus on the things that's important in life is a very, very important part of the whole project. And I think anyone that's a restaurateur, businessman, businesswoman should really focus on doing this. Sometimes when I come to the woods, it's obviously not just thinking about food, you know. Sometimes I come here, come up with the most amazing dish you could ever think of. And sometimes I come here and I just chill, you know, relax, cuddle my dogs, let them run around, you know, and they enjoy their life. And one of my happiest moments is to see my dogs wiggling their tail, running around in the woods, hunting off some rabbits or picking up a deer somewhere, and you know, and just really just take a moment, you know, and then after this moment back into action, straight into work, you know, which is really lovely feeling and a huge privilege. I just want to say, if you're in this industry and you just feel, oh, it's tough and it's rough and it's this and that, just first of all, keep going, never ever stop, don't give up. It's so much easier to just give up the first time. And it's so much harder to give up the first time, but then when you start the second time, you give up, it's a little bit easier. The third time you give up, it's a little bit easier. And then unfortunately, before you know, you can give up as you go. I just want to say, if you feel the pressure, there's always people to talk about things, you know, don't bottle it in. contact your friends, you know, or even send an email to me and I can guide and help and tell about my story. But there's always people around to talk about, and you're not lonely, you know. There's like, this industry is brutal, and so many talented chefs loses the interest in the industry because obviously depression and all these things. So yeah, I just want to make sure that if you have any problems, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to your family and just talk to people, you know. Never ever keep it quiet and always reach out. In this industry, we're always all in this together. We all want the best things for our guests, and there's always someone to talk to.